Hi guys, welcome back to Angan Tarot channel, and today we will do another pick a card reading which will answer the question what is going on in this relationship. So maybe you're already in a relationship with a loved one with some guy, but you don't know where would it proceed next, or you are having a crush with someone, but you don't know whether or not this thing's gonna work out. So let's find out. So in front of me I have four different piles of cards, and to make it easier for you guys to choose, I have put on each of the pile is different joker. So in the first one I have the joker who has the little tiny triangle with a stone in the middle. It's really cute. Please focus the triangle for me. No, thank you. And the pile number 2 is the white, kind of a reminds you of a baby doll kind of joker with a little pearl on it. The third one is a pattern joker with a little crown. As you see, a little crown on it. And the last joker is having a little bells. It sounds when you are walking like this. So please feel free to take a moment. If you like to see more pick a card reading, please subscribe to my channel, and you can also suggest the title, the question that I can do a pick a card reading to. And if you want a private reading just only for you, please don't feel hesitate to contact me with the information I put in the description below. And thank you for you guys who always supporting me and give valuable feedbacks. So take a moment and choose the most appropriate, the pile of cards that calls you the most. And here we go. Alright, hello pile number 1. For who of you chose this little tiny triangle joker? We will get started. So what I wanted to see with those cards is, what is he thinking? What are you thinking? What is his intention? What are your intention? To find out whether or not both of your intentions are matched with each other, and then I will have a conclusion about the dynamic of the relationship is gonna go in the near future, around 3 or 6 months, and then I will have some cards for the advice. So here we go. First of all, I want to see first I want to see what is he thinking about this relationship. We have the Dreamer, Knight of Mirrors or Knight of Cups, and 8 of Scrolls or 8 of Swords in the traditional tarot. And now I will see what are you thinking about this relationship. We have Knave of Chalices or Knave of Cups and King of Swords. So basically, based on this dynamic, based on this kind of vibe going on in a relationship about both of your thinkings, I really think that you are more in a position of active right now in a relationship, while the other one is kind of bit of laid back, like try to keep things like in a normal pace, but there's nothing new, nothing interesting, or nothing evolving coming to the next level. You are still in the more maybe you're the more logical one. You're always planning what's gonna next step in everything, including also in the relationship. But I really think that he, like, for the other person, he's really still have a lot of love to you. It's just the way his expression is not gonna be match your expectation that much, and especially he's really sucked in having an argument or discussion Normally he will try to avoid it, avoid the conflict rather than face with it. So that's one thing to has to be taken note about. Now I want to see what is his intention in this relationship. We have the devil and 10 of cups. Ooh. And your intention in this relationship is the chariot and the 5 of cups. So what I'm seeing right now is he's really want to rush you into making a full commitment, which engagement or a wedding, a marriage. Because but I don't think it is totally based on love. It is most of the time based on the fact that he has reached the age that he wants to be get married, and he sees you as a girl, a very stable girl who can be his wife. And he's also consider about responsibilities, kind of financial status, and he sees there's no reason that why we postpone the wedding or the marriage. But in your side, you are an independent woman, and when he starts to mention something like that, he didn't propose yet, but when he starts to mention that, what about marriage, what about having children, what about living together for long term, and you are kind of freak out, maybe you have a little bit, just a little bit of commitment phobia. So you don't want to rush into the decision, because of course this is gonna be the most important, one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life, and there's no good in rushing without even thinking carefully about it. So you don't want to be regret after that. That is shown by the 5 of cups right here, and you are like in a kind of mood, in a kind of vibe that wants to avoid talking about this kind of commitment things. Maybe you guys didn't date that long. Maybe he's the one who is older than you, that's why he has reached the age that he wants to settle down and have a family. But you are the one who is still young, and you just start your career, and you don't want to being trapped in a marriage and can be limited your abilities to do things in the world. So that's how the dynamic of the relationship gonna be going. He's gonna mention something, and he wants to show his intention, of course subtly, with you, that he wants to have a marriage. but but you will be having a kind of avoiding vibe, not talking about it, and just please taking care of it, because avoiding is never gonna be result in the good way. So if you have to communicate, think before communicate, of course, but you need to communicate straightforwardly, and like really express what you are really thinking. And together, if you guys really in love with each other, you guys can figure it out no matter what. So I have 2 cards for the advice for you, is Ace of Air and 8 of Water. uh this is kind of tough, but I really think like it is time for you to make a decision. Maybe this kind of dynamic, the next thing that will happen is gonna be the crossroad, and you have to decide whether or not you want to turn left or turn right. It's all or nothing right now. I really think that if he has mentioned very very seriously with you about wanna building a house, building a home, having a happily marriage with you right now, and if you refuse that, if you reject that, I really think that it's time to go. He's also gonna say that to you. It's like, okay, we have been together for this much of time, so I wanna like thinking this seriously, and what do you think? And if you respond to him, it's like, nah, I'm still need more time, and I'm still uh wanna be like develop my career first, I really think that he's gonna go. But but Don't let anyone force you into making a decision that you do not want. If he goes, just let him go, because it is really not good for you if you are a very active and really career oriented girl, independent girl, and you are having so much time and so much things to do in this world. Don't necessary to be get married with a man that you at this time that you don't want to be committed so much. It's gonna waste maybe years, and then it's also most of the time I see in this kind of situation where the girl or the boy, whoever the gender, is pressured. One of the person is pressured to be get married, and it will cost them years. They try to build the family, they try to having kids, but after all the things is all the thing, maybe 80%, the thing is always falling apart, and it always end in the bitter end. uh Divorce, separated, and yep. So if he's going right now, if you cannot accept this kind of marriage, just thinking that is a blessing in disguise, because it shows that this is not a right time, this is not the right person. So I we I will meet the right person. I will be ready to commit it when I'm really ready. No need to rush, no need to be force yourself because just to please the other one. There's nonsense. It is very nonsense. So what is your current state relationship right now? Is passion. I admit that you guys have love, you guys have passion, attractive to each other, but to talk about long term, to talk about commitment, to talk about building a family, having a marriage is kind of still afar. So I have this goddess who is in your spiritual world right now, wants to give you an advice about this kind of situation. Is Sarasvati. So Sarasvati, the goddess Saraswati reminds you that there are no shortcuts on this journey, and partial knowledge does not make you a master. In fact, your alignment task is to stop working in a scattered way. It's time for some deep diving into the subject of your inquiry to really get a command of the terrain. Offer the commitment of your time and energy, and you will feel the surge of power as you move into a more masterful role in all areas of your life. So this advice basically has two meanings. One, think carefully before you decide whatever the outcome, whatever the decision that you really want in this relationship. Don't make a rush, don't make a rash decision, because it will end up that you will regret, no matter the decision is about to have a marriage with this other one, or the decision is to leave them. Two, maybe you should focus, you should ask yourself that what are my focus right now, what is my most mainly I want to focus right now. Would it be my marriage, would it be my career, would it be my studying? Answer that question and you can find the appropriate decision that you really wish for. So thank you, part number 2, for stay tuned with me. If you really want a private reading with me regards to this question, every information you need to contact me is in the description. If you like this video, if you like this reading, please like my video, and if you want to update and watch more pick a card readings like this, just give a subscribe for me. And I cannot thank you enough for being here with me today and always supporting me and giving me valuable feedback. But for now, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 2. For who of you has chosen this white lace baby doll joker? Here's your reading. So, I want to find out what are you thinking and what is his thinking in this relationship. What is his intention and then what are your intention? And then based on that, I will conclude about the dynamic is going on in this relationship. Then I will give the two cards for the advice, and then the goddess power advice also. So here we go. First, I'm going to figure out what is his thinking about this relationship. It's Seven of Scrolls and Judgment, the Phoenix. What are you thinking in this relationship is Two of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. What are you thinking in this relationship is Three of Swords and Seven of Wands. Interesting. So basically, what is he thinking? He's thinking that this relationship, it's time for this relationship to be evolved into a higher level. Because as you all know, the phoenix is represented for the time has coming, and also the card is judgment. It's like when the phoenix reach its age, it's gonna be self-burn and then become ashes, and from the ashes there will be new life reborn. He really thinks that this relationship needs to add some kind of, it's time for this relationship to be changed somehow, maybe new evolve into a new relationship, new love, because he doesn't want to do the old way anymore, or develop into a higher level of commitment. And for your side, you're thinking Three of Swords and Seven of Wands. So I would have said that maybe the other person is an attractive one, and you're thinking that he's maybe not that much loyalty. But for now, there's no evidence that he's really cheating or tricking you. So but you're always constantly in the state of jealous, worrying, and you're not feeling trustworthy, you're not feeling stable around him. But you also think that Seven of Wands is, you also think that it is time for this relationship to change, and you cannot do the old way anymore. Change, it can be a breakup, of course. It can be a breakup, it can be a you two gotta go sit down and talk about what you guys really want in a relationship, and change the old dynamic, or it will become to the next level. But I really think that it's not gonna be in the next level. Okay, what is his intention in this relationship? We have Two of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. What are your intention in this relationship is to hide the High Priestess and the Sun. Wow. So for his side, for the other one side, he's really considering, he's reconsider the way that this relationship is developing, and also adjusting his energy, his dynamic, his love, his resources into this relationship. But you, although you are unstable, you are feeling worrying every time in this relationship, but you always hope that this relationship can be changed into a better version. So it's gonna be deeply understanding each other, highly degree of sympathetic, and results in a happy ending. For the other person, reconsider is also, it's not necessarily to be a breakup, but it's just like to try to do things differently. Maybe the relationship, you two have been long term together, and it just lost the fire already, so he's wanna do something new. I really don't think that there's gonna be a breakup right here. Combining all the cards that are represented here, I really don't think there's gonna be a breakup. But something needs to be changed. And there's a communication, there's a discussion needs to be occurred in order to clear things up. Well, now we come to the advice. Advice for you in this situation and the relationship, what it will be. Nine of air in the world. So you're at the crossroad again. You're at the crossroad. Yeah, the previous part also, the one who asked this question also at the crossroad. And yeah, it seems like, as I said, in this relationship you are not fully happy. You are feel unstable, worrying and jealous every time. You just not trust him. And as we know, a relationship without trust foundation is gonna be like the feeling of night of air. It's gonna a lot of making up things, heavy burdens of thinking, negative vibe of thinking, and your head, your feelings is gonna be affected so much by that by those dynamics in the relationship. It's not healthy. It's not good at all. So, two options. This nine of air has to end. That you have to try to trust that guy, or there's a reason, a very legit reason that you cannot trust this guy. So it's the world for the relationship, meaning it's the end for the relationship. You cannot do this to yourself anymore. It's not healthy for you at all. The world means it is time for ending something. Maybe ending the relationship, maybe ending the state that you are always feeling not trust the other person. It has to end. One of those. So the dynamic of this relationship, whew, I really think that when you two both in a relationship with each other, both of you really wants to have a wedding with each other. But combining all the cards, I really think that you guys want a wedding because it is time that you think that you need to have a marriage. It's like about the age, about the life goal, about pressure from the families. But I really don't think it is about the passion. It is about the attraction. It is about the love. I really don't feel a lot of love in here. It's just maybe a little bit obsession, responsibilities, and familiarity. I really don't feel much love in here. Maybe mutual respect, but not love. Definitely not love. And I have one advice also from the goddess of home, Hestia, the fire at the home. She has some advice message for you. Hestia. The goddess Hestia, who rules the hearth, offers you this alignment task. Do a thorough house cleaning, declutter and make space in your environment. Do the same for your mind too. Your mind might be cluttered with old stories that have no value for you now. That's what I'm talking about. Those kind of Night of Air vibes. Night of Air is talking about all the negative thinkings. It's like swords. Air in the traditional tarot is swords. All the swords keep stabbing everywhere in your soul, and it's not gonna value you anything but hurt. And it's also nonsense also, because that's in the past already, or it's just like your mind is making things up, or Or if the other person really hurts you, that's why Knight of Air is there, just leave him. There's no such thing, there's no such sense that you did that to yourself. Love yourself first. Because at the end of the day, the one who always beside you is only yourself. So thank you, pile number 2, for stay tuned with me. If you really want to have an in-depth private reading about this, every information that need to contact me is in the description. If it resonates to you, please give a video a like, and if you want to watch those card readings, please subscribe to my channel, because I will make it one video every day about various topics, and you can suggest the topic also. But for now, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. For who of you chose this little crown joker, here's your reading. So what I wanna see in those cards is his thinking, your thinking, his intention, your intention, and then advice for you and the dynamic of the relationship. And also there will be an advice from the Goddess Power Oracle cards. So here we go. First, I want to look into his thinking, which is the other person thinking, no matter what the gender, which is 9 of Scrolls and 5 of Mirrors. Oh, something tragic just happened, I guess. Your thinking in this relationship is 7 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. So based on this 4 cards, I really think that both of you are somehow have already checked out of the relationship. The other person is having a struggle in the thinking right now. Maybe a lot of pain, a lot of hurt moments have occurred, and like he did, and also the other person did something wrongly, treat you wrongly, did some mistakes, that he's in the regret mode right now. It's like the other person is in the beating themselves kind of mood because of something that they did wrong. And for your side, your thinking is 7 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. You're also being affected really hard time with the wrong thing that the other person did to you. So you're kind of having you have a high tendency of avoiding things, because 7 of Swords are talking about someone just sneaky and just took something and check out of that situation. And 2 of Pentacles talking about someone who is considering putting the resources into the situation, or in this case, in the relationship. Both of you really want the other person is in the beating mode state, and you are reconsider whether or not to give him or her another chance. But I really think that the trust has been broken somehow. Okay, his intention in this relationship is Empress and Strength. Your intention in this relationship right now is 7 of Wands and Death. He's really wants to make things up to you. He really wants to redeem himself, and it really takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength, that to admit that he was terribly wrong. But all he wants is you. Even though when asked back to him, like, why did you do that, like in the beginning with, he has no valid answer, and he know that he's freaked things up really badly with you. But after those, like, when he realized that he could lose you forever because of the mistake that he did, He realized how important you are in his life, and all he wants now it's clearly that all he wants is you. And he can do whatever it takes to have you as his embrace. Embrace is talking about the woman who is very caring, nurturing, kind of a mother figure. He wants you to be his child's mother, no one but you. But on your side, your intention right now is you're still thinking about whether or not to forgive him because it has freaked you up badly. He had done something that it broke your heart, it broke your trust, and you're thinking whether or not you should give him a chance. Your intention to him is you need to see that whether or not he's really changing, or he just falling into his old path again. It seems like you're willingly wants to give him another chance, but you're also much careful. You're also much protective about yourself more than before because the trust has been broken. Now, coming to the advice for you in this situation is Justice and Nine of Fire. So, Nine of Fire and Justice basically talking about like everything happens for a reason. And you gotta do the right thing for your own good. Please make a decision if you think that it would make you feel better, and really think carefully about the decision. If you are willingly to give him another chance, just ask yourself, would your trust with him being restored, and you will be happily because you're so in love with him, and if he is willing to change, you can give him another chance. Or if you leave him right now and you don't give him any second chance, would it be okay for you? Can you live without him? Would you be regret because of that decision? But in the cards, I really feel like that he's 100% willingly to change, willingly to making things up for you. It just he made a terrible mistake and there's no excuse about it. Yeah, just thinking logical right now is the best thing for you because there's justice. Evaluate things carefully, see both of the outcomes, and then decide which outcome that you are willingly to accept. And the dynamic of the relationship for the two of you right now is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's like, yeah, you guys are in this is somehow like the hermit mode where you need your own space. He also need his own space to rethink about what the consequences that because of what he did, and you also need your own space for your own thinking and to make a right decision for you. It's like maybe both of you don't even talk to each other. Maybe there's already a breakup or a silence moment between each other. Yeah. And Artemis, the hunter goddess, the moon goddess, also Apollo's sister in Greek mythology, has a advice for you. So Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, offers this alignment task. Soften your focus and allow the fulfillment of your desire to come to you as it will. Whether you hit your mark now is not the point. Rest your eyes and release the tension in your body. By taking this break, you will avoid shooting yourself in the foot and instead recognize that you are so loved. So, as I said, don't make a rash decision. Really think carefully, but also let yourself go, let yourself relax. There's no need to rush back into the situation where you are being with someone who has wronged you terribly. As you know, in the hunting, the more silent you are, and like you just not so much like tension in aiming the target. The silent you are, the target will lose their kind of guard, and the easier to shoot them and knock them down. And that's how you should deal with this situation: carefully, quietly, in your own space. But once you make a decision, there's nothing go back. Once you shoot the arrow, there's not there, nothing can come back. So I hope you're really doing well, part number 3, because you have been in such a terrible situation where the other person wronged you. If you want to have a more in-depth reading with me about what you should do in this situation, just contact me with all the information in the description that I put below. If it resonates for you, please give this video a like, and if you really like to watch those kind of pick a card readings, just give my channel a subscribe, and I will update new video every day. But for now, thank you for being with me, and I hope you're doing well. I see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 4. For who of you chose this funny ringing bell Joker? Here is the reading for you. So what I want to look at among those cards is, what is his thinking, what are you thinking, what is his intention, your intention in this relationship, and then there will be an advice, and I will conclude the dynamic that is going on in this relationship, and there will be also an advice from the Goddess Power Oracle cards, for your more insight and in-depth. So here we go. First of all, I want to look at his thinking in that relationship, which is Knight of Spirals, which is Knight of Wands, and Five of Scrolls, which is Five of Swords. Your thinking in this relationship is Queen of Chalices and Three of Wands. So it seems like you guys having a long distance relationship, because King of Wands, like talking about maybe not in a long distance relationship, but somehow you guys are always far apart, don't meet each other that often. Like usually you guys need to communicate through a device, because there always be a distance between you two. So his thinking in this relationship is, he loves you, but because of his job, because of his studying, because of his life, he cannot be near you right now, but he really loves you. That's why he feels like communicate with a distance with you like this is frustrating. He wants to be more close to you. That was his thinking. Like his thinking is, LDR, a long distance relationship, is suck. That's his thinking right now about this relationship. And about your thinking, maybe you are a little bit of emotional, feminine, traditional girl. So you are very patient, loving, nurturing, caring, very emotional, stable, and long distance relationship with you. Of course, you're also somehow wants to meet him, but you're okay with long distance relationship right now. You're not as frustrating as him, and you're always willingly to wait for him to be with you, to meet with each other, and to come back somehow. Yeah, I really think there is a very strong vibe, but not very strong. Maybe he's younger than you, because he's knight and you are the queen. So he's maybe younger than you, or he's somehow more childish than you a little bit. He's rather do than talk or feel, and you are more silent. You're more listening, and thinking in silence rather than express things. Yeah, maybe he's a fire sign, ascendant sun or moon. I think it's really ascendant or sun. So fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. You are a very highly potential is a water sign, ascendant or sun, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Yep. But let's see what is his intention in this relationship with you. So, Ten of Swords and Two of Pentacles. And what is your intention in this relationship with him is King of Wands and Ace of Cups. So, his intention in this relationship is he's gotta fix this. He's gonna figure out somehow that how to usually come to you more, how to narrow down the distance, how to communicate more efficiently with you, how to get to close to you more. He doesn't accept this kind of long distance relationship. It's not that he's bored, he's done with you, he's very in love with you, but long distance relationship is not his kind of thing. He is a very direct man. He rather meets in the real life rather than just talk to the phone. He also doesn't like texting that much. That is why the Ten of Swords is right there. He's rather a video call guy, or he's maybe a little bit dominating also. That's why he's want to show to you by actions rather than words. Yep, he's really planning something that to narrow down the distance, to come up with a better solution about this long distance relationship. And about you is your intention in this relationship is just you love him very purely. It's basically like unconditional love, and you really believe that when two people in love with each other is like to make each other to develop into a better person. That's why right here he's the Knight of Wands, but now you really want him to be the King of Wands, your king, because you know that he has potential to be the king, of course, because of you. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes it happens. My devices are kind of try to get some sleep, I guess. Yeah. And now I will look into the advice for you in this, according to this relationship dynamic, which is Patience and Messenger of Water. So, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good. And just try to hit the things up. Of course, you guys cannot communicate like directly talking and be together with each other that much time, but when you two are far away, when there is video call texting involved, just try to creative. Of course it has to be has a love foundation, but tries to be more creative, like hit things up interesting, tell him the stories, or wear something that he likes and then video call. And then uh, just try to demonstrate your life is right there, and just to show him the world around. Sometimes you can send him the picture of your daily life, of course, but not too much. Of course, nobody likes a bombard message girl, but just keep on doing what you're doing and everything will be fine. Your relationship dynamic right now is past life relationship. You have known each other before. So this pile number 4 is the happiest pile, I have to say, because it's like you really feel like comfortable with each other. Somehow nostalgia. It's like you met each other before. You really understand each other's behaviors. You really feel like a special connection. You're not feeling like strangers at all, and you can just talk about anything. He can talk about anything with you. He doesn't feel distant or stranger or shy or avoid talking with you about some topics. You guys can talk about it, about anything with each other, and this is a very good sign. I really feel like somehow you're a best friend before going into a relationship, or it's just cling like that in the beginning, and you just know that this is special. But I also have Daniel as Soren's as the goddess to give you an advice in this kind of situation. So, Daniel, what is she gonna advise you? When this earth goddess appears, she is reminding you of the promise of new life. Just as fields are often left purposely fallow, perhaps this seeming dry spell of yours is really a preparation time. Under the ground of your visible life lies a stream of abundance that is feeding the roots of the seedlings of your intentions planted in your field of dreams. So I really feel like you guys just take time. You guys don't rush into anything. You guys rather build the foundation first, getting to know each other, getting along with, rather than making rash decisions about commitment, or even like make each other responsibility while it's too soon. Blah blah blah. You guys just naturally flow and build the foundation together. And every relationship that has a firm foundation will always end up like the strongest relationship ever. So I really glad for you, pile number 4, and I hope you're still doing well with your significant one. If you really want to have an in-depth reading private for you about this question, every information is in my description, and if it resonates with you, please give it a like. If you want to see more pick a card readings like this, because I upload new video every day, please subscribe my channel and hit that bell buttons for your notification whenever I upload a new video. And for now, thank you for your support and your valuable feedback and staying with me. I'll talk to you in the next reading. Bye bye.